This is the second page of your function notation notes. 7 and 9 will be for you to do on your own, and I will check your answers. And 8 and 10 I will do with you. 11 will be used as potential extra credit. I will show you the idea on how to use it, but I will do it, but I won't give you this exact problem for extra credit on your test. And then 12 we will do all of them, so you understand how to read what we're doing on a graph. All right, so let's move right ahead to number 8. We have h of x equals 2 minus 4x. And what I want to do is I want to find h of negative 5, h of negative 2, and h of 4. So h of negative 5, I'm going to plug in 2 minus 4 times negative 5. So starting with my order of operations, negative 4 times negative 5 gives me a positive 20. So 2 plus 20 is 22. So h of negative 5 is 22 for this function. We want to find h of negative 2. So 2 minus 4 times negative 2. So 2 minus, negative 4 times negative 2 will give me a positive 8. 8 plus 2 gives me 10. So h of negative 2 in this case is 10. And last but not least, h of 4. So 2 times minus 4 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16. And then I still have the negative because that 4 was positive in this case. And 2 minus 16 gives me a negative 14. So we've talked briefly about what an absolute value means. So if I give you the absolute value of negative 2, that's going to give me a positive 2. It's going to turn whatever number inside of it, if it's negative, positive. And if it's a positive thing, then it's just positive. So we are going to do, this one's g of x, so we're going to find g of 4. And I have two x's, so I'm going to plug in 4 minus 4 squared. So once again, I'm going to start with my exponents. I'm still going to use my order of operations inside of the absolute value. So I have the absolute value of 4, and then 4 squared is 16. So 4 minus 16 gives me a negative 12. But I'm taking the absolute value, so it gives me a positive 12. And then we want to find g of negative 7. So I'm going to plug in negative 7 for x in both places. This is when parentheses come in handy and very necessary. Otherwise, you're going to mix up your signs. So negative 7 squared. Once again, I'm using my order of operations. So I have negative 7 minus, and then negative 7 squared is 49. And then I'm subtracting. Negative 7 minus 49 gives me a negative 56. However, I'm taking the absolute value, so it becomes a positive 56. And last but not least, I want to find the absolute value. I want to find g of negative 3. So that's the absolute value of negative 3 minus negative 3 squared. So I got negative 3, and then minus negative 3 squared gives me 9. That should be an absolute value, not a parenthesis. So negative 3 minus 9 gives me a negative 12. Once again, I'm taking the absolute value, so I get 12. So I want you to take a few minutes here and do 7 and 9. I'm going to talk about number 11 and show you how to do it just in case you're curious. But then we will all do number 12 together. Anthropologists use the length of certain bones of human skeleton to estimate the height of the living person. One of these bones is the femur. To estimate the height in centimeters of a female with a femur length of x, the function h of x equals 61.41 plus 2.32 times x can be used. So in this case, we want to find the femur length of 46 centimeters. So we are going to plug in 46 for x. So 61.41, let's zoom in a little, plus 2.32 times 46. 2.32 times 46 is 106.72. And then I'm going to add 61.41 to it. When I do that, I get 168.13. And that would be in centimeters. So this means, so we use this function to estimate the height in centimeters of a female with a femur length of x. And we plugged in, x was 46. So a female with femur length 46 centimeters, she would be 168.13 centimeters tall. So that's what that means. That's the difference between just the above problems that we've done, which is plugging in numbers, and actually applying it to something that may or may not have meaning to you. But that's how you could do that in real life. All right, so we have number 12. We have this graph, and it's this function f of x. So we want to find the following. So remember, these guys mean f of x. So we're going to look at the x coordinate of all of these guys. So these are the x coordinates. And we're going to come out with a y value of some sort. And that's what we were doing above. We were finding a y value. So when I have f of x equals -4, I'm going to find -4 on my graph. And I'm going to, so this is -4 on my graph. And you need to figure out where the function meets -4. So right there on that point. Well, that point is 2. So f of -4 is 2. There's no function rule. You don't have an equation to plug it into this time. Your graph is your function rule. All right, so let's do another one. If f of x and x is 0, so x goes right through the origin. So since it goes right through the origin, your point is just right at the origin, at 0, 0. So you could write these as ordered pairs. This one would be 0, 0. This one would be -4, 2. If we wanted to do f of 2, so we want to find where this function is at 2. Well, here's 2. Let's figure out, let's draw this better. This is 2. So right here is where my function crosses at -2. So my ordered pair would be 2, -2. And then I'm going to leave D for you to do. So find where x is 5, find the y value.